Production room. Gin is a clear alcoholic spirit distilled from grain, malt or grapes to create a neutral base spirit. Basically it's vodka, which is then redistilled with botanicals and juniper berries to extract and concentrate the botanical flavors. It usually takes 2 to 3 days to make gin, whereas Inverroche gins take almost a year to make, because the botanicals are harvested at different times during the year. It is then steeped in neutral spirit for several months to extract the natural flavors, while others are dried. The tinctures are combined with fresh and dried botanicals and redistilled in small batches, combining the steep, boil and the vapor infusion methods. Let me introduce you to Magnanimous Meg, our copper pot still. Magnanimous Meg is a generously proportioned, wood-fired alembic still with a long, slender neck and a mushroom-shaped helm. She was specially designed for Inverroche by a family of coppersmiths from Stellenbosch to gently percolate spirit vapors through her unique 2-tiered gin basket to extract the delicate fruit and floral flavors from the botanicals. Meg shares many of the virtues of the character Meg Dodds, after whom she was named. Meg Dodds was an irascible but generous Scottish landlady, known for her superb hospitality at the inn which she ran in the novel St. Ronan's Well, written by Sir Walter Scott. And much like Mistress Dodds, Magnanimous Meg is moody, but unstinting and generous in her task to produce exceptional spirits. Before Magnanimous Meg was created, Mini Meg, her baby sister, sat on the kitchen table for many years, where she diligently and faithfully steamed and distilled the many tinctures and perfected the recipes, which became the inspiration for the range of Inverroche spirits, which are now commercially produced. The fan-shaped gin basket. The gin basket was designed by Rowan Scott, my son, with the aim of separating the woody, dried botanicals from the fragile and the fresh botanicals. The dried botanicals are suspended in the spirit, and the delicate fresh flowers, berries, and the freshly peeled citrus peels are spread out on perforated fan-shaped trays below the helm to allow the spirit vapor to coax the aromatic oils and aromas from the largest possible surface area. After distillation, a second infusion is made with some of the more delicate botanicals to enhance the aromatic profile, and because the resulting color was just so appealing, we decided not to filter the color out, except for the classic, of course. No artificial colors or flavors are used. As testament to their authenticity and the natural ingredients, expect to see variances in color from batch to batch, because every season adds its own character to our gins. Every batch is, in effect, a limited edition. The process. Most gins are made from a grain or grape alcohol base, mainly because of proximity and availability. We, however, prefer to use a sugar base, as it produces the purest and the softest of base spirits and has no lingering yeasty or fruity base notes. The delicate underlying caramel notes gives an exceptional clean nose and allows the delicate floral notes of our unique botanicals to shine through. The base spirit is also called the wash. It is high proof, usually 96% alcohol, which we then break down to 57% by adding water, and we then pump it into the body of the still. The botanicals are weighed according to their individual recipes and placed into the gin basket or the wash. Fresh zests are hand peeled and placed in bags, and various tinctures are also added. The fire is lit at 7 o'clock in the morning. As the wash heats up, alcohol starts to evaporate at 78.5 degrees Celsius. The precious aromatic and flavor components and the delicate oils are captured and infused into the alcohol, which then collects at the top of the helm and then flows down the neck of the still through the copper coil in the condenser. Here, cold water circulates continuously around the coil, and through the exchange of heat, the vapor is cooled and condensed back to a liquid, which we call condensate. This is collected as the concentrated gin distillate. The first portion of condensate is called the foreshots, and it contains undesirable volatiles like esters, aldehydes, methanol and acetone, and it is discarded. Different flavors and aromas come over at different temperatures and times during the distillation and are collected separately as heads, hearts, and tails. This is where the skill and the experience of the distiller is key, to know exactly when to cut from one to the other and to finally blend the desirable flavors to create the required profile. The final gin distillate is placed in stainless steel tanks to rest, and a secondary infusion of the more delicate botanicals take place to enhance the aromatic profile of our gins. After 48 hours, the distillate is broken down with purified water only to the required strength of 43%. This process is also known as the one-shot process. In that process lies the essence of our exceptionally smooth liquid. Other than the water dilution, our spirit isn't changed or altered. It is a time-consuming process, which is why the majority of distilleries produce gin using the concentrate distillation method, whereby gin is distilled with a much higher percentage of botanicals to create a concentrate, which is later watered down with a neutral spirit to stretch the gin, to ensure the mix goes further, and of course it costs less to produce. The last stage is filtering. We filter with a lower micron filter to remove particles only and not color. The distillation process takes approximately 10 hours and we produce enough distillate for 2,800 bottles per batch. The gin is pumped from the still room to the bottling room, where our bottles are filled and sealed by hand, whereafter they are taken to the labelling room to be labelled and quality checked, again everything by hand. Every bottle goes through 16 pairs of hands during production. Each bottle is authentically handcrafted and every batch is unique.